You are live on YouTube, Sunday Pour. Welcome back, Thursday night. Another magical night in Andrew Benintendi's debut. I think we traded for the wrong Royal, though. We should have got Brady Singer.
Or that
That'd have
dude
been our guy.
Coleman in the eighth, maybe.
And yeah, were you sweating when you saw Chapman up there?
Oh God, I had to bust out. I have a lucky pillow that I make my dog lay on, Yankee pillow, whenever we need a
Okay.
rally in the ninth. And when I saw Chapman
Yep.
up, I had her jump on the bed. I was like, on your pillow, in your place. Benintendi, lazy fly ball to left, Judge walk off. No way we were winning if it went to the 10th.
No shot. He might not have given up a hit, but he probably I could see like a wild pitch or two in
Yeah.
a wild pitch and a sac fly. It would just be not. It'd be ugly.
No, they
It would
wouldn't
be
have had
absolutely
to. They wouldn't have had to put the ball in play. Probably they would not have had to get a hit. I can guarantee you that. With
no.
Chapman coming in.
They would, yeah. Which with the Royals, I mean, very possible. Yeah, I know. I'm not. I know it's midseason blues, dog days. Don't love the lineup as it stands tonight. Obviously, no Stanton for a little bit. But the lineup reminds me of like the past couple of years lineups where it just kind of dies. And it showed tonight, where they got shut down and then you needed Judge to bail them out. Doesn't feel good when you get one hit by the Royals and then you need Judge. I love that he can do it, but you cannot go very far if you're relying on one guy, which is the difference between this part of the season and the earlier part of the season where everybody was contributing. Somehow now it's just, I mean, he's got, I think it was like 12 of the last 24 RBIs, or maybe even more than half. It was a lot. But he is carrying the team right now, and the team's dead without him.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those stretches where you're just kind of nobody's hitting. We saw this against Houston. Nobody was hitting. Judge had to bail him out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those instances. I actually have my written out what I would have as the lineup when everyone's healthy, and this is before today's lineup came out.
Okay.
So I would go Benintendi 1. I'm not married to Benintendi. I'm not married to this lineup because it's obviously performance based.
Yeah.
So Benintendi 1.
Yep.
Judge, Rizzo.
Okay.
Stanton, leave him in the 4. And then I would go DJ 5 because I think he offers Stanton the most protection when Stanton's hot, which I hope we'll see, like in, dare I say October.
We did see it. We did see him get hot a couple Octobers ago.
Yeah, against Tampa. I'm not ruling it out. It's possible, but I just hope when he goes in one of those superhuman stretches, I'd like DJ behind him to protect them and come up with
Boone said in a perfect world he'd have DJ down in the lineup as an RBI guy rather than a setup guy. So that
and then if Benintendi goes 0 for his first 40, then DJ goes back to leadoff, and Benintendi goes back 7th. I don't know.
Yep.
Then I go Glaber 6, and then 7, 8, 9. I mean, whatever you want to do. Carpenter / Hicks, Trevino. I'm not going to go crazy 7, 8, 9, but that'd be my ideal 1 through 6.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you got IKF in there.
I'd prefer IKF 9, second leadoff hitter. Get on base, open up a hole for Benintendi, lefty.
Where's that leave Joey Gallo in your perfect lineup?
Joey Gallo is a dog that's like 15 years old. He's missing a limb. He's got 4, and you just got to take him out back. Someone drive Joey Gallo to the vet. That's all.
Lethal
injection.
Your text the other night summed it all up. When he pinch hit for IKF, you said that was Boone's worst move of his career, and it's not even close.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of bad calls. You can run him down. You're like you're like the ticker on the stock market with the Aaron Boone errors. Just keeps coming when you get going.
I got to feel the top of my head.
Yeah. But that was yeah. I mean, I agree. It was a terrible move. I don't know why you would possibly think that would help the team, but
So there's people, there's like, I don't know if you want to call them tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists that think like that was Boone sending a message to the front office, or if you take Boone's word for it, like, which was a ridiculous excuse, he wanted to get Edwin Diaz in the game to like burn pitches, make him get 4 outs, which I don't believe, but okay. Like, with Belichick, whenever Belichick does anything, like there's a method to his madness.
3D chess, yeah.
Right. No matter what Belichick does, he could draft a kicker in the first round and be like, "Oh, genius."
Yeah.
That's what people were trying to make out the move the other night. Like, it was like, I don't know because how you could defend ever sending Joey Gallo up. Period.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I'll guarantee you, he thinks he's playing 4D chess, but he's playing checkers with like 7 pieces missing, and maybe only on one half the board.
Right, and he also said it wasn't about getting a hit in that situation.
I think you're playing the wrong sport. I think you're managing the wrong sport if it's not about getting a hit. It's always about getting a fucking hit, because then the next guy could come up and he could get a hit, and the next guy could come up and he could get a hit. Not about getting a hit. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I'm glad we won tonight, because I kind of just put that in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, no, you have to. We got the Mets again coming up, so Mets fans are riding high. That's fine.
It's fine. That's fine. They deserve it. Bragging rights. They got it for now.
Yep. We got to get things right in our house. I can't worry about what's going on in Queens.
Nah, you just gotta annihilate the Royals here. One solo home run at a time.
That's it. What do you make of Judge's body language after the game? He wasn't like fired up. I don't know if he's just all business. I don't know if he's like, I wasn't sure if he was like annoyed for some reason that he had to do all the heavy. Like it was just, he didn't smile until she said something about the fans chanting MVP. But his interview was odd.
Oh, I didn't watch the interview. I just kind of walked out of the home run.
Okay, that's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. All right. He just didn't seem to be in a celebratory mood.
Just a business-like approach, or he seemed kind of perturbed.
I wasn't sure. I could go either way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. I was waiting because the reason I watched this was maybe it was the last time he hit the walk off. He said something about being the best player on the team. He asked about confidence in that spot.
He misspoke. I think he misspoke there.
God. What did he mean to say? Get back on that lucky pillow.
Yeah, I know. I put the fucking toy up and she got it. Well, we're live. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what he meant to say. But he meant to say, like, when he got, like, the best team, I think, behind him, and he ended up saying best player. It was a Freudian slip for sure.
Well, it was right after arbitration, right? Or right before arbitration.
So, it was before arbitration, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I was part of it, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely on his mind. His agent's words were definitely in his mind. That's for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. He's bailed us out a few times this year. I hope they give Ohtani the MVP so he could have a little, like, Jordan chip on his shoulder, like when they gave it to Barkley in 93 and Malone in 98. Unfortunately, we won't be playing the Angels in the playoffs.
We might have Ohtani. Who knows? All the rumors are crazy right now. I'm not buying into any of it. All the rumors are crazy right now.
I'm not buying Ohtani. I like the Benintendi move. Things have gotten so bad with Gallo, and like Hicks is, back to not doing anything, that I was like, I don't even care if he gets vaccinated. The rumors are he's going to, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'd be pissed if I was a Royals fan and I was like how set are you in your ways?
Fuck the Royals fans, man. They had their moment in the sun. I have to deal with those people. You gotta get rid of that toy. It's driving me nuts. I can't hear myself think.
All right.
Gotta pop that thing. Yeah, they had their moment. You know, we had a run in with a Royals fan at a game right before their run. So I don't have anything to do with it. I have no sympathy for the Royals fans. I hope they're crying in their soup right now.
Well, they got three studs back.
Yes, they did. Do you think this takes them out of the running of Soto? Because my initial thought was like they don't need another outfielder. They address other needs. Let's not stock up on outfielders. Nothing's out of the realm possibility, but do you think this takes him out of the running? Do you think because like now he's just concentrate on pitching and relief pitching, and we need something else? And you think he closes the book on outfielders?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going after another outfielder. I still don't think Soto's going to get moved. I think it could happen in the offseason.
Okay.
I don't think Soto's going to get moved. I think Castillo's definitely going, and he's the next guy that I would like to get. Make it happen. Go all in.
I don't know. If you're the Nationals, you're going to move him. I think now might be the time. You're going to get a ton of money for him. A ton of money. You're going to get whatever you want. A ton of talent for him. You know, it's all perspective, but you're going to get the biggest haul right now. You get all these teams are hungry. Maybe tasting a playoff or a World Series run. They might. Anybody is a Soto away from a World Series win, so you're gonna get a ransom. So unless you are going to somehow have a miracle and keep him, which I thought he was going to be in there forever. So he's going to sign like that for that ridiculous deal. Unless you're going to just keep pushing to keep him there, and try and build around him next season. Now's the time to move him. If you have to move him, I think now's the time.
Well, they got him under control for what, this year and another 2?
All right, so I guess next trade deadline, another possibility. As long as you have the more control you have, the better, obviously, for the team you're trading with.
Yeah, or maybe the offseason. I don't know. Teams are more desperate at the deadline, but I just think the Nats. I don't know. They're gonna hold out for something big. And now the Yankees Yankees are out of the running. They're not getting Soto. It wouldn't make. I don't think it would make sense right now. I mean, where do you play? Soto's what, right fielder?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. Put Soto right, Judge in center, Benintendi in left. I mean, it's not crazy. I just don't see it.
I mean, it's like be an absolute spoil of riches if you had Soto on that outfield on that team.
Yeah, and I want Castillo. I'm not sure Cashman's going to pull the trigger on Castillo. I've heard Jose Quintana. I'll pass on Quintana.
I don't want Quintana.
Do not want anything to do with Quintana. I don't want. Who's the other guy that was Wade Miley rumored? That's ridiculous. If Wade Miley is
one of the A's guys, I don't want anybody from the A's.
Montas. No, I would take Montas over Quintana.
Yeah. You got to go out and get. You got to go out and get Castillo.
Castillo's the guy, and you're gonna have to give up Andujar. You're gonna have to give up at least one of the shortstops, Peraza or Volpe. I think you just got to go all in with this team right now. And I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't. You got no more half measures. No more half measures, Walter. Go for Castillo.
That's.
I don't trust Taillon. I don't trust fucking Taillon. I know he pitched well tonight. Montgomery at worst is a game 4 starter. I need Cole, Castillo, Nestor, whatever order you want to put them in a playoff series, and then you figure out game 4 when you get there.
Yeah, that's the glaring need right there, for sure.
And I'll tell you one thing. I know beggars can't be choosers, and the state of the bullpen isn't, great. Hasn't, it's not as good as it was 6 weeks ago. I don't want a third, or I guess it'd be a second reunion with David Robertson. I don't need to see David. I mean, just a heart attack. That guy. He's pitched in New York. I get it. He would cost nothing because I think he's on a 1-year deal.
Going to the Mets.
That's fine. He can go to the Mets. That's fine.
The
David Robertson doesn't. I don't trust David Robertson.
Hey, when it comes to relievers, I'll just kind of hold my nose and hope for the best with whoever they get. Like Clay Holmes situation, you're not going to get Clay Holmes, but maybe you get lightning in a bottle. That's always it's going back to '96. I mean, it's been a strength of this team somehow getting relievers. Not all the time, but occasionally getting these guys that can help you out, like a Clay Holmes can, like going back to like Grant Lloyd and those guys. There's always somebody in the relief market that can help us out. We somehow find those guys.
Well, I do have a guy in mind without having to actually make a trade. A guy that can make a contribution out of the bullpen.
Was it Herman?
No, Severino.
Yeah, that might.
I don't need to see Severino as a starter again this year. I think that would make sense.
If he can come out and unload it for 2 innings, like that's might be where he's best. Where he doesn't have to worry about pitching for 6 or 7. He could just leave everything out there, not worry about going through the lineup a couple times. Just give it everything he has for a couple innings. That might be his best shot to help the team. You might be right.
I think he even less. I think 1 inning. I think he's almost like a 1 inning guy. I don't remember when he came out of the pen. What year it was? It must have been before he got hurt. 2019 at some point, or was it maybe it was the end of 2020, or was it? I don't remember. Everything's blending together. But there was a point where he was coming out of the bullpen and pitching 1 inning, and I think that's the best he's pitched since probably like 2017, whatever that year was, where he was the ace. Just give him the ball, 15, 20 pitches. I'm not going to give you, say you're the 8th inning guy, 7th inning guy. We got a deal here. The Mets acquired Taylor Naquin. All right, and Philip Deal from the Reds. There we have it. Joel Sherman on the call, on the first on it. But yes,
Naquin's an outfielder, right?
Naquin,
who's the other guy they got?
Philip Deal. I'm waiting to see who the hell that is. Pitcher, maybe? They didn't have video of him. All right, that's kind of a bargain bin move.
Yes. What
It's a $5 DVD.
Who after spending 2 days with the Mets, who's your least favorite Met?
My least.
I don't hate them. I'll be clear. I don't hate the Mets. There's guys in the Mets I really like. A guy like I love Carrasco. Obviously, what he's been through is inspiring. I really like Guillerme. He's a fun ball player.
Oh, the dude with the beard.
Yeah, he plays a little. I think he plays third base and maybe a little second base. I don't know. Big hit. I like the new guy, Vogelbach. That guy just kind of watching him on Sunday night. It was the first time I really seen him play. I had no problem with that guy. Chugging around, fun to watch. So I don't want to be clear.
Doesn't count, right?
Adam Ottavino does not count. That's too easy. That's a gimme. That's a tap in right there.
Probably be like Lindor. I don't know. I don't really have anybody that I despise that much.
I really hate Tomas Nido. I don't like Nido at all.
Tomas, I couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
Well, that's the problem. Yes, I spent too much time looking at his face. He looks like he's confused why he's there all the time. That's his face. It's like
that's Mets
does not believe doesn't believe he's on a major league team and we're hitting like 209, so it's higher than Joey Gallo, but or 219 maybe, but still much higher than Joey Gallo. But he just looks like, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't belong here. His face is the personification of the song. How did I get this beautiful wife? How did I get where I am. What's that name of that song?
Oh,
You
that
know what I'm
Talking
talking about?
Heads? That's the Talking Heads?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I gotcha. Also, I don't really
Not a
like
big.
Alonzo. I don't really like Pete Alonso.
He's very strange. He's tough to take in large doses. Like, him at the home run derby was weird.
He's a meathead. He's very much a meathead. He's definitely a guy you like if he's on your team, but fuck him if he's on someone that's another team.
Wait, you saw him at the derby, right? Where he was like,
I watched a little bit of the derby. What was he doing? Like lifting weights in the back?
yeah, that was the least annoying shit he was doing. Like, everybody's out there on the field during the derby, watching everybody out there, and he's like sitting in the tunnel, eyes closed, like deep breathing, meditating or some shit. Like, it's not the World Series.
It's a hard.
That's
That's a very much a hard move.
Yeah, and they went out and lost. Yeah, very hard move. Absolutely. Like, it's cool that you won a couple times. Cool that you want to win it. Like, I respect that part about it. But like, you don't have to show it like that, man. Just go out and hit, please.
He's like the guy in like the pickup basketball game who's calling fouls and setting picks and shit.
Yeah,
that's what Pete Alonso is.
And actually, the worst part about it all is not that he was doing this, but that he just talked about it. They interviewed him, and he said like whatever he wins was going to him and his wife's charity, and he kept repeating it. Like, he was like, "Well, it really means more now that I'm doing it for something bigger than myself." Like it's cool that you're doing it, but don't say it 3 times in the fucking 30-second interview.
Yeah, I want to change my answer to Pete Alonso definitively over Lindor. Lindor, the thing about Lindor is like, and I was a big Lindor guy in Cleveland. Like, he's always on my fantasy team. He's on my fantasy team right now. But Lindor, like, since he's gotten to the Mets, he's like a perfect Met. Like, he fits like the Jose Reyes mold of like Met. Yeah. They always have those like annoying, flamboyant dudes. Like, that's Lindor. But I'd say Alonso over Lindor though.
I could definitely see Lindor. We actually have a history on this because did he win a batting title a couple years ago?
Lindor? I think maybe Jose Ramirez. I don't know.
He wasn't close. I could definitely see him taking the last weekend off if he had like a percentage point lead in batting average.
Yeah, the old Wade Boggs.
And Reyes was laying down bunts.
Oh, right. Yeah, against the Marlins, he laid down. That was his last game. Kind of his last game as a Met. He did come back there for a cup of coffee there at the end, but that was his last game before he bolted for Miami.
That's right. That's right.
That was a bad look. That was a tough look. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, the Yankees have been a 500 team for basically 5 weeks now. I think they got off to such a good start that people kind of lulled people to sleep.
Yeah.
I think this is just the ebbs and flows of a baseball season now, and it's just you got to kind of just ride the wave. I mean, I don't like what I see, but
when we were starting like comparing the teams like the '98 team, and could this be one of the all-time greats and stuff like that, and like everything was going the Yankees' way for the first few months. Like, everything would break their way
for 2.5 months, literally.
Yeah. So it would. That's why it felt different, because it was like, oh, maybe it's clicking, because sometimes that just happens. Sometimes the team just clicks, and maybe it was just their time. But now it's kind of reverting back to the mean. It's they're looking more like one of the pack rather than the dominant team in the league,
which is what they are. I had such low expectations that it's hard for me to get that mad about where they're at right now.
No, not mad. Just you gotta see some life. You gotta see the fight. You gotta see. You got said this for years. You gotta learn how to win. You gotta learn how to deal with adversity, and this is part of it. So you can't be one of the greats if you don't if you can't get off the mat, once in a while.
Yeah, no, it's never a straight line when you're trying to go. It's always never point A to point B. It doesn't work like that.
Had a little fly. I almost had him. I'm
I
not quite Mr.
I got
Miyagi.
flies all over the place, man.
I'm not quite Mr. Miyagi. All right.
I got flies all over the place in this house.
What else you see around the league, man? I know you're locked into it. I know the Orioles keep winning outside of the weekend with the Yanks. What else you got? Who's hot? Who's hot and who's not?
Who's hot? I mean, the Dodgers are back to being the best team in the league. They're up 11-0 right now on my Rockies.
Yeah.
Who else is hot in the league? Braves cooled off. Braves are not hot.
All right.
I'll say that. Cleveland is hot. Oh, they lost tonight.
We're hot.
They were hot. They're like only 2 games out of first now. Let's see. Baltimore, Toronto has picked it up a little bit.
Seattle keeps winning.
Seattle's winning. They're coming into the Bronx, I think, on Monday or Tuesday with maybe a 3-gamer. I'm only like a week ahead on the schedule usually. I think Seattle's next.
We haven't looked at the hitting streaks in a while. I know we had an 18-game hitting streak that ended yesterday.
Yes, Austin Riley.
Yep.
Who else? Who's got the longest one this season? Do we know what that was? I did not make note of it.
The longest is Trey Turner still.
Oh, right.
Trey and Gold. Trey Turner was 26 and Goldie had 25.
Goldie he missed out on that trip to Toronto.
Yeah.
We got to put an asterisk next to Toronto's record this year. You can't just be playing teams like without their 3 and 4 hitters, and we're supposed to take that seriously. Can we get the mayor of New York on the line with Adams? Is that who it is? Can he make it where like the Yankees don't have to play against?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Be awesome. Do we play the Cardinals this year? I'd love not to have to play Goldschmidt and Arenado. Sounds awesome. Leave the meteor order back in St. Louis.
We have 5 above 10 right now. Current streaks above 10, not including tonight. Steven Kwan has a 10-game hitting streak.
Kwan has been good, yeah. Hunter Renfro's been hot too. Is he on there?
No. Not even Hunter Renfro. No. They got 5 and up here. I don't see Renfro.
Jorge Mateo. Nope, he went 0 for 3 tonight. Never mind.
I don't think this counts tonight, though.
Oh, okay.
Current hitting streak is Trey Turner, 14-game hitting streak.
Fucking guy just hits.
And IKF has a 14-game hitting streak.
He did not play tonight.
Right. So, yeah, that counts.
I would like to see the statistic on how many guys with a 14-game hitting streak did not play. 14 or higher. Seems odd.
Yeah, I think Pete Rose. I think Pete Rose took games off every 10 games. He would take off during the hitting streak.
Right. It took DiMaggio 3.5 months to hit 56 because he kept taking games off.
Harold Castro's on the list, 11 games.
Who's he play for? Detroit?
Yeah. And Alex Bohm has 12.
Alec Bohm.
Bohm.
Phillies? Is he still in the Phillies?
I think so. I watched some Phillies this weekend, but I don't remember. Yeah,
there's some trades that sneak through. Like Vogelback, I did not realize was a Met until Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, it just happened to be. It was Sunday. He made his debut on Sunday Night Baseball. I happened to be watching it, so.
Okay.
And that was his first game. So.
Oh, maybe it was Sunday Night Baseball. I saw it. That's when I realized he was when. That
was I didn't even know the trade happened. Yeah, so I didn't even know that was a trade until then. So there you go. There it is. All right. Benintendi came out tonight. Talk about his debut real quick. not really his debut, but he came out. It's always interesting when a guy gets traded to the Yanks, what number they're going to wear.
Yeah.
He's number 18.
Right. Didi, Damon, Brocious.
Yep.
That's all I got off the top of my head. Velarde, 18.
Yeah, Velarde for 6 years. Yeah. Andy Fox. Well, no, Andy Fox was 18 for a season. There's only 2 All-Stars that were 18.
Brocious.
Yeah, another one back in 1943 named Johnny Lindell.
Oh.
Whitey Ford wore 18 for a season, 1950. So before he locked into 16, he was 18. Don Larson wore 18.
Tom Larson wore 18. Okay.
Bunch of Claudel Washington. Dion wore 18.
Dion wore 18. Wow.
Yep. And then you get into Velarde, and then Mariano Duncan, Mike Stanley for a season. Well, not even. Duncan and Stanley were 18 in the same season. And Andy Fox were all in 1997. Then Brocious. Then, you don't hear all these names, do you? Jeff Weaver, Marcus Timms, Jeff Weaver, Homer Bush, John Olerud, Andy Phillips, Bubba Crosby, then the Johnny Damon seasons, Chad Moeller, Andrew Jones, Hiroki Kuroda.
Ooh, Kuroda. That's a good one.
Didi, Roofned, Benintendi.
All right, big shoes to fill, Andrew. Big shoes.
Yeah. There you go. So the best one of that lot has to be Brocious, I would guess. You could probably make an argument for Johnny Damon. You can make an argument for Larson, I guess. But probably would you go with Brocious being the best of the 18s?
I mean, in our lifetime. I mean, you're not counting Whitey Ford for a season, right? I mean, because that's
no. Yeah.
No, it's Brocious. You got to go Brocious.
Damon had good seasons. Not an all-star.
Well, if we're going by who's the better player, it's Damon. I thought you meant more of emotional attachment.
Oh, well, yeah, emotional attachment is 100% Brocious.
Well, I'm trying to think. Did Damon maybe Damon in 06? Because Brocious in 98 had a really nice season. Did Damon, any of Damon's years, top Brocious in 98? He knocking 98 runs, Brocious in 98? Did Damon do anything close to that? He had some really nice years.
Let's see, Damon's best year with the Yanks.
Well, I mean, World Series MVP, I think trumps everything, though.
Yes, naturally. But I'm just going by a season here. Let's see.
All right. Went 19 and 98 in 98.
In 2006, Johnny Damon finished 15 in the MVP voting.
That was his best year, the first year.
285, 25 steals, 80 RBIs. That's his most RBIs. 24 home runs. That's tied. He had 24 home runs twice as a Yankee. Second most doubles, most hits as a Yankee in a season, and most runs, 115 runs. Yeah, it's his best season. Yeah. Does he even come close? He doesn't have bad seasons. Don't you remember we heard the trade in a bar, and the bar owner was going bonkers? He's like, there you have it, 25 steals, 100 runs. Pencil it in.
I don't know if I was there for that.
Oh no, that was Noah's, and that was Reader. He was going bananas.
I don't know if I was there for that one. That was around Christmas time, right?
I don't remember. Let's see. When was it?
It was a stocking stuffer. There had to be a Christmas joke in there somewhere. New York Post. I feel like it happened right before Christmas.
Let's see how good you are. Where is transactions?
When did we sign Johnny Damon?
Signed as a free agent January 3rd, 2006.
All right, late Christmas.
Late Christmas gift. It was
Chinese
hidden behind the tree.
Christmas.
It was hidden. It was hidden behind the tree. He just forgot to open it up, so he took it down.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. There's your 18th. So then we had to talk a little numbers. We'll do that again. Whoever comes over the trades, we'll look at the numbers. See what we got.
See how many are left.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is on tap, man? What do we got coming up here? What do we got here? 35.
I really wanted to watch the Jeter doc tonight, episode 3, before we started recording, but it was too close to the game.
Yeah.
I planned on being I planned on it being like 8-2. I thought I'd be. Plus, I had people working here doing stuff.
Oh,
I didn't get to it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's why I know a lot of flies flying around. Oh, I got this might interest you.
So wait, you haven't seen any of the Jeter doc?
First 15 minutes, and I have not dove back in yet.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a commitment, like anything. It's just sit down, lock in, watch it. I tried to watch a show last night, and I fell asleep like 10 minutes in. So yeah, I'm struggling, but I'm off next week, so we'll see if I can make that happen. Tomorrow, say goodbye to this. I'm getting rid of it. I was just lazy a couple weeks ago, and I was like, it's not gonna shit. Roll it out for a couple of days, see what happens. It became like 3 weeks. So here it is, 3 weeks. It's going tomorrow, but I'm doing it. Nobody knows this yet. I'm getting a barbershop shave. I'm going down to the barber, getting a haircut and a shave. Shave and a haircut. 2 bits.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, pretty pumped. I think he does a straight razor. I think probably it's pretty long. She's got to buzz it first, I'll guess, and then go to straight razor. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped.
Is your first one? Your first?
Yeah, I've never done the barbershop shave. Yeah.
I did it once on a bachelor party.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Hot towel.
Oh
yeah, that's the stuff.
And it was on Bourbon Street, or like in the French Quarter, at least. Maybe not on Bourbon Street, but it was in the French Quarter. So like we just went in there. Me and recurring guest Steiner Recliner. We were walking back to the hotel, like kind of happy hour time before dinner, and we saw a barbershop. I was like, let's go get a shave and a little edge up.
Oh, it's amazing. Amazing job.
We had full cocktails. We went in there. We just drank the whole time. And just relax. They do 2 old guys in there. They took fucking forever to do it, but
you feel like you might get whacked when you're in there?
Oh yeah, real like Godfather, What one is that from? Who gets whacked in the barbershop? I'm drawing a blank.
From real life, Albert Anastasia gets whacked in the barbershop.
Oh, but they portray it in is it Irishman?
Oh, the Irishman. They don't show it exactly. They kind of show people walking into a barbershop.
Also,
yeah, might do
I just watched Eastern Promises. They do it. Somebody gets their throat slit.
Oh yeah, that's classic. I gotta see what other movies that was in.
So yeah, I think that's the only time I've ever gotten. Well, my barber has done it a couple times with the hot towel, but I kind of liked doing it in like an old school place.
They show it in Analyze This, if I remember. I mean, I just typed in Albert Anastasia movies.
Yep.
And Analyze This came up. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. I don't remember Analyze This. I remember the last scene when they're all sitting around the table.
Oh yeah, with oh god, what did I do? Yeah, where Billy Crystal has to run the.
Yeah, I am the fucking lawyer. I think that's the line.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we say.
Slaps jelly. Never correct me in public. Jelly.
All right, there's Carmine Galante. Oh, advertisements. There's Carmine Galante. Good old post. There's Albert Anastasia on the barbershop floor.
Oh, whacked in a barbershop. I mean, you got a guy. It's almost unfair whacking a guy in a barbershop. You know.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
He's vulnerable.
Park.
I mean, the only other place you'd be more vulnerable is the toilet.
Oof. Big Paul Castellano. Yep. Oh, this is from a couple years ago.
Oh, that the guy, the
Guy
drive-by?
got shot. I think the guy went to his. Maybe it was a drive-by. Yeah, but it was just like jealous lover or something, right?
Yeah. Jilted lover.
Carmine Galante. Oof. Joe Marys. Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's Murder Inc. Look at that. You don't see guys going to jail looking like that anymore. Oh, you can buy that.
His
It's on
hair is
Amazon.
perfect.
Yeah. There you go.
So he got stung by a bee, though. His nose. It's a little swollen.
It's racist.
What? Whatever. I got a big nose. Like Italians, just got big nose. I think Bregman just won the game for Houston. Oh, it's eighth inning. Never mind. And they're probably gonna win.
There you go.
Albert Anastasia.
Right, well, yes, sir. There you have it.
Fucking dog days, man. Like, I don't know. I just got nothing.
That's it. Nothing. We could go right to Better Call Saul then.
I had nothing. I'm just ready for August is like a very poor man's February, right? We've talked about that. February is far worse. February is far worse because you could make August okay. You could take a few days off, go somewhere. Baseball's in full force. I'm going to a Yankee game in a few weeks. It's February is the pits, but August is 11 out of 12, right?
Yeah, August is tough. The only thing is, like, if you're in school, it's summer. You have to go to school. So
But you're on the back nine of the summer, though. It's staring you in the face. September.
When you're in double digits in August is tough, I would say. But I don't know. I just you're right though. For adults, it's there's just not a whole hell of a lot going on.
You hit August 12th, man, and you're like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, August, yeah. At that point, it's like, let's just get to Halloween already, please.
Yes. Yeah.
At least for Halloween,
At
least I don't know if the Giants have a chance to make the playoffs by Halloween.
Yeah, because then even early September, it still feels a little Augusty.
Yes. Oh yeah, it still kind of gets balmy out, warm. You can still jump in the pool in September. It's not exact, but you got to close it soon because it's not going to last. Yeah, for sure.
You shouldn't wear shorts on a football Sunday. But you're wearing them for at least week 1
But you're wearing them, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you remember? I'm gonna probably see if there's another win we could go to. But we went to an early Yale game last year and it was hot as hell.
Oh, brutal.
I think we learned our lesson though. I think going for the second half. I think that's the lesson.
Going for the second half, get in line for the lemonade, and then just go watch the second half. That's it.
That might even be for Yale Harvard because it's a madhouse, Yale Harvard. Well, it won't be this year at Yale, but that might even be a lesson there. I think you could just watch the end of it rather than suffer through because those games are slow.
Very slow pace. That triple option. It takes a while.
And that guy, the announcer, does not make it seem like it's any more exciting or faster than it's going. First down, Yale.
Yeah.
Quarterback keeper for 1 yard.
It's like a video game. They just have like 5 things.
Rolling.
Yeah, they have just 5. They have just 5 different things you could say. It's like Madden '94.
Yeah.
It's like they only run 8 plays. So if you could just give us like every scenario, 5-yard,
just
5-yard quarterback keeper. Just give us that, and like we'll be good for the season.
Should I do 15? No. Don't do 15. Just stop at 10. We probably even need that.
Yeah. Here's the playbook. It's like a fucking sheet of paper. This is it. This is all they're studying right now. Bunch of fucking doctors and engineers out there. Okay.
Tecmo Ball.
Yeah.
Left and A. Left and B is a run. Left and A is a pass.
They're not running the Bill Walsh West Coast offense out there.
So yeah, but I guess the key, you go and you get that way. You're not rushing to get there. It might be crazy for Yale Harbor just because that parking lot is only going to get messier and sloppier, and you don't necessarily want to be there when that's going on.
Yeah,
but you also don't want your car there by itself when that's going on. But that's a whole other story. But
Lot D.
Yeah, at least for a regular season game, it's not Yale Harvard. At least then, like the halftime. Waiting that 20 minutes seems so fucking long.
Yeah, halftime's forever.
I think they must have study hall at halftime. 20 minutes. Let's get back.
Well, they gotta get they gotta get both bands out there.
Yeah, brutal.
It's a little much.
Just brutal. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, Alex Bregman might be hurt. Cross your fingers to make sure he's okay. I mean.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant.
Does not look good. He collided with someone at home.
Oh.
The pitcher?
Oh, it's on his ankle?
Yeah, it's an ankle.
Yeah, I have Houston, Seattle on right
now. Let's see. Yeah. How to be a hero. Oh, man.
Couldn't lower his shoulder, Alex.
Let's see the ankle.
He's walking on it.
Nah, that's like a bruise. I don't think that's anything bad.
No. He's not looking for somebody for.
It's not even his ankle. That's like your shin bone. Come on.
Oh, he landed on it though. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. He'll be fine.
It's a nice bruise. He'll be fine.
You gotta know it. You gotta know your home field. You gotta know that the brick wall is there. It's your home field. Oh, he was safe though.
He was safe. I had to live with AC a few days this week recently. That was tough.
Live without AC?
Yeah.
Live without AC? Oof.
Saturday. No, it was Friday, Saturday. What the fuck was that? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 days, 5. I mean, I got a window unit for the bedroom, so spent a lot of time in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, not ideal. It's tough. AC is just the best.
Making excuses, just not like do stuff at home.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, wow, it's a heat wave. You can't be doing stuff.
Did you wait? So what days? It was the weekend plus what days?
It didn't get fully fixed until last night, so Wednesday.
Okay. Did you make stops during the week that you normally wouldn't make on the way home from work, or like plan a dinner at somebody's house you would have done?
Two dinners.
Nice.
Saturday I was not home very much,
Okay,
and when I did get home, it was so hot. I had a couple of those like Fisher's Island lemonades in my fridge, and I was running around all day. I didn't drink it all until maybe like 7 o'clock, and I just pounded 2 of those on ice. And then I had a beer with dinner with Chinese food.
Yeah.
And I just passed out during the Yankee game during Cole against the Orioles. And then Sunday I went to my in-laws and just hung out in the pool, pretended like I wanted to see them when it was really just for the pool. So I made the best of it. The window unit was a lifesaver because you can't. I mean, I don't know how people could sleep without AC in during a heat
Oh,
wave.
yeah.
I mean, but being awake is bad enough, but it's like, all right, I'm awake. I'll just sit here and suffer. I don't know how you physically go to sleep like that.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. It's just you're laying there and it just gets hotter and hotter, and you feel the sweat like seeping into your bed.
Oh,
It's it's uncomfortable.
yeah.
And then you're up every 20 minutes, being like, how like is it? Can I just get up and get out of here, please?
Yeah, it's not a good sleep.
Yeah. All right. Well, you survived. Better man for it.
Survived. Absolutely.
Did you get murdered? You don't have to tell me numbers. Or did you get murdered by the AC guy?
No, I mean, I know a guy, so
Oh, no.
I'm pretty sure, he got taken care of. Well, I did my furnace too, so because that's been giving me problems. So I just went all in.
But yeah, better now than February.
Exactly. It's just like,
Yeah, the 2 worst months. Yeah.
which I've had problems the past couple of winters with my furnace, where I just don't have heat, which is even worse. Well, no, I'd say no AC is worse, but furnace, no heat is probably more dangerous.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah,
Your
it's
house
like,
get real fucked up.
yes, you just gotta replace shit. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my week.
Yeah, nothing going on here, man. Nothing going on here. Better Call Saul
Yes.
on Monday. You heard it here first. We called it. We said there's gonna be a Gene episode, just Gene,
Had to.
all Gene, all the time, running an old school scam. We saw a little bit of Slippin' Jimmy come back, do his thing, using that Cinnabon as bait. Found his mark.
You think they had an uptick in sales this week? That was like the running joke on Twitter.
I have no idea. I didn't run. I don't even know where to find a Cinnabon anymore.
I would assume a mall. I don't think I've ever had a Cinnabon. I think I've had a, what do you actually call them? A sticky bun, or there's like a million different things you can call it. Yeah. I know I've had those. I don't think I've actually had one at Cinnabon though.
I think I have. I don't they have them in airports too? I think airports have them.
Oh, Louis C.K. has like the joke about that. How it's like, I got a Cinnabon.
Yeah. Yes.
I got a Cinnabon at the airport I arrived at. I was 15 minutes from my house and I stopped and got a Cinnabon.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. So we finally got the Gene episode. I mean, it had been since, I think I read the season 5 opener was the last time we got a Gene clip, and that was
it was always
during COVID, like the beginning of COVID, like it might have been February 2020 or March 2020.
Yeah,
and that was the last time we got Gene, and I did not go. I had to I had to watch like a couple YouTube things this week to go back and remember the Gene stuff, because I'm not rewatching these episodes, so there was like a lot of Easter eggs in there and a lot of like references to stuff that had happened previously.
I'd forgotten he had fainted, went to the hospital and shit. But I remembered that somebody like made him. And I remember there being like the isotopes, Albuquerque isotopes thing in the car. I remember that. But that's really it. So I knew I had an idea what was going on, like why I was doing it. The best part about the end here is like there's 3 episodes left now.
Yes.
And we have no idea where they're gonna go next. There is no clear.
I have no idea. Like, I don't even know like what to. Well, first off, is that it for Gene?
Right. Yeah, I have no idea. It could be.
I mean, they put an icing on the cake.
Oh, see what you did there
on the Cinnabon.
Yeah, it really could be. He put up the suit. We walked away. It was kind of like maybe it was his last hurrah.
Right. It was one more bullet in the chamber, you know?
Yeah, could that be it? And then it's amazing how they kept for 6 seasons. They've kept us interested in like three separate, well, probably more than three separate, three different timelines, right? The Slip and Jimmy Kim timeline, Breaking Bad timeline, and the Gene timeline. And we don't know, like, how much we're gonna find out about the Breaking Bad actual shit, right? And I think we talked about this last week. They're not gonna give us Breaking Bad stuff. It should all serve as Saul, Jimmy. It should all serve as that character. It should not act as like a conduit for more Breaking Bad material. Like Breaking Bad's done. Let's not revisit it to a point where it's got to be, kind of like its own episode or dominate an episode, anything like that. I was going
to say, the only thing I could think of is maybe they show you something. There was some sort of way that Walter and Jesse got linked up with Saul, that behind the scenes that we didn't see. That's the only thing I could think of, and I don't know how they would make that interesting.
Yeah. No. Well, here's the thing, because we don't know how much time passed between Kim leaving and that new scene that we saw him at the mansion and with the hooker and stuff. Yeah. So why, when he gets kidnapped by Walter and Jesse, he's got the bag over his head and there's that whole scene.
That's 2008. That's 2008.
But he automatically thinks that it's something to do with the Salamancas and Nacho. And so why does he have that in his mind that they're after him after all that time?
Because he already thought Lalo was dead once, right? And he came back. So in his head, he never saw Lalo die. He never saw a body. Like Lalo's almost like the Grim Reaper.
Sure, that's fair. Okay, I can see that. But if it's a couple years though, I mean, how do you know it's linked? Well, I guess it's only so many murders happen in your living room. They should have to cover up forever. So yeah, I guess that would be even 5 years later, it would still be in the forefront of my mind.
It's very haunting.
Yeah.
And I thought an interesting thing was in the Gene timeline. Not that much time has passed from Saul going to the witness protection, whatever you want to call it, to Gene.
Yep.
Because I haven't seen this written, but I picked up on it. If you look at Breaking Bad spans from 2008 to 2010. It's like a 2-year window, right? Walt turns 50 in the pilot and then 52 in like the last episode, whatever. Yeah. And that's supposed to be from 2008 to 2010. If you look at the Gene episode that we just watched, when he's in the newspaper studying the Nebraska schedule or Nebraska, game recaps.
Yeah.
The front page.
I thought you're looking up box scores to figure out what games he was talking about.
I did a little bit of that, but I didn't do that extensive of research. But what I did notice was on the front page of the sports page where he's reading about Nebraska, it says something like Cliff Lee lifts Rangers past Devil Rays. Now, Cliff Lee was only on the Rangers for a half a season in 2010.
Yeah.
He's a hired gun.
Wow.
So
that's an amazing pull, man.
It's got to be October 2010. So it's the Nebraska 2010 season. Bo Pelini. I did like how I give Gilligan credit. I'm not sure he's a sports guy. That's probably a little prejudiced because he's got glasses or whatever. Maybe he's a nerd, but he's probably not a football guy. But he put like real stuff in. Bo Pelini, who was the coach in Nebraska. I remember Taylor Martinez, a little running around quarterback. Like he put some real life. He could have very easily just used fake characters or fake, fake names, and no one would have questioned it. But he went all in. So I give him credit for that. And so we know it's October 2010. Cliff Lee The Yanks were in the ALCS back then. We were about to get our shit handed to us by the Rangers.
That is an amazing detective job by you right there.
So it's only like maybe I think they said April 2010 is when Saul and Walter went the vacuum guy. So it's only been 6 months.
Okay.
And it feels like, he's got the mustache. It feels like it could be like 5 or 10 years later, but it's only 6 months.
Yeah, different. It's in black and white, so it's a different feel to it. Yeah, I hear you.
What did what'd you think about the new Jeff, as opposed to the old Jeff?
I didn't
character.
The guy, the cab driver guy.
Yeah, the new Jeff I'd never seen before. The old Jeff, I know that actor. He was actually in the reason he couldn't do the show was because he was doing the Wire spinoff, whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't even make that connection until after the episode. I read about it.
The new Jeff was kind of pathetic. He did a good job. I'm not saying he was a bad actor, but just the character was kind of like pathetic. The old Jeff felt like he was
menacing?
He was manic, loose cannon.
That's fair. Yeah, same thing.
I think he would have fit the Breaking Bad world a little better, but technically this isn't really the Breaking Bad world. It's the Gene Takovic world. Maybe the stakes aren't quite the same. I don't think I wasn't expecting anybody to get murdered or get whacked in the Gene world, but there's still like tension there because it is Breaking Bad,
Yeah. Well, there was like a little thing where the mom said he fell with a bad crowd in Albuquerque, and we don't know who that crowd is. So I don't know. Right? That's reason to believe there might be more Gene coming up. But
they could, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do. I have no idea. I mean, poor Jeffy. He just wanted to be in the game, and I don't think he's cut out for the game, though, Jeffy.
I mean, you know what? He did okay for what he had to do. He ran into
Saul bailed him out. Saul's improv bailed him out.
Well, he was lucky to have a pro. Yeah. He was lucky to have a pro. Yeah. Yeah. So 3 episodes left. And it's not even like we need to clear anything up. That's the crazy part. They can do
That's the thing.
now.
Usually I have a couple questions that I want to bounce off you. I don't have. I mean, I'll ask you again. I'm pretty sure I asked it already. Do we see Kim again? Is Kim done, or do we see her? And what timeline do we see her in?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know. Anything is possible.
We already asked.
Right.
Do we see Gene again? That's another. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we know she's originally from Nebraska. Did she go back to Nebraska? I would think they have to kind of. I don't know. I mean, something terrible has to happen, right? At some point to somebody. Again, I mean, terrible's just been happening all season. Howard.
I don't know if it's going to be that bad though, but something has to happen. An oh shit moment has to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't know what that is though. I have no idea what direction. I don't know what timeline they're going to open with next time. Never mind what's going to happen.
No. Yeah, and 2 episodes ago you were asking me if we saw Mike, if we saw Gus again. Those guys might be done too. We have no idea.
I think Gus felt done. That felt like Gus is going out.
Okay. Yeah, you said that. Yep.
That just felt like it was like a peek behind the curtain of Gus. Gus. When have you ever seen Gus on doing anything leisurely?
No, never.
Never.
Unless you count running his chicken store as leisure time.
Yeah. You see Gus enjoying a glass of wine because he just killed another Salamanca. He's actually having a social conversation, lets his hair down for a second, and then remembers, I'm Gus Fring, drug kingpin. I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm not bringing a civilian into my world. That felt like
Yeah.
that closed book for Gus.
Yeah. And it also could have been Mike's farewell too. Just like
Yeah,
it goes on and on and on, and we know what happens to you.
yeah.
Which is crazy to think with that much time left that they would just shut down these characters. But it's very possible. It's very possible. And would you be okay? Well, we know that Jesse and Walter are coming back. We know they have that coming up, right?
Yes.
We know there's a cameo coming up.
Which means they're definitely going there. We know for a fact they're definitely going to the do we call it the Saul timeline? Scumbag Saul timeline.
Breaking Bad timeline.
Yeah, like the post Kim timeline. Like Kim's left them and Saul is full Saul at this point. Yeah. We're definitely going back.
But if we didn't know that, we could probably say like they don't go back to that. There's a chance they don't go back
to. They wouldn't have to necessarily.
No, it's amazing. It's all like wrapped up, but still so much to go.
Right. You could have made the case for last episode being like a series finale. Like that's it.
Yeah.
At least the ending. At least the ending.
Yeah. Yep.
The only thing I could think of is, if you're going to include Jesse and Walter, there has to be, Saul has to get linked back up with the cartel in one way or another. I don't know.
Well, the problem is we see their first interaction with him. We see all their interactions with him, like early on. We see their first interaction with him. Put $1 in my pocket in the desert.
Yep. I went back and watched that episode. It's called Better Call Saul from season 2, I think it is.
Yeah, that starts with Badger on the bench, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Great.
So when they're in the parking lot after Badger gets pinched and Walter goes in with the hat and the sunglasses, the way Walter's like, "Who the fuck is this guy? Like, we're gonna strip mall lawyer?" Like, and Pinkman says, like, you don't want a criminal lawyer, you want a criminal lawyer. And he goes into detail and he says, he got off, I don't know, Skinny Pete or Crazy 8, two of those guys maybe. I don't know, he may have gotten them both off. So he definitely does work for, like, obviously, like the dregs of Albuquerque, you know what I mean? So does he end up linked back with the cartel by doing work for like their lower level drug dealers? And that's how he kind of almost unknowingly, maybe almost like he unknowingly ends up back with the cartel. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Skinny, I don't know if you knew this, but Skinny Pete and Badger were both in the movie, the El Camino.
Okay.
They're both in that. So he has no problem bringing those two guys back.
Probably looking for a paycheck too. I mean, why not?
I'm sure they are. Yeah.
They
just need more Breaking Bad content to keep Skinny Pete.
Yeah, maybe it's they show, like, I don't even know if it was Skinny Pete who they referenced in the episode, but we'll just say it's Skinny Pete for the sake of the conversation. Maybe they show like Skinny Pete calling up Pinkman, like, "Oh man, this guy Goodman, unbelievable, man. They had me dead and he got me off."
Oh yeah, or maybe smoking a bowl after he gets out of jail. Just ripping the bomb.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine with me. I have no problem with that.
So I think maybe that's. I guess that's my guess. We just talked it out. Like, they're going to show you how Saul. Obviously, he's doing his thing. He's representing like lowlifes on a daily basis. They're waiting for him in his waiting room. I think they're going to show you how they're almost going to show you like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, like how he ends up with Walter in the room. All the events that lead up to him being the cartel's lawyer again.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's it.
That makes sense. Probably,
or we get another Carol Burnett episode. I don't know. We'll see.
I wouldn't be against it.
Nah.
I'd be happy with whatever they. Well, not with whatever. I mean,
have they been showing? Have they been showing previews like at the end of?
It's just like
little teasers.
Yeah, so I don't remember what it was for this week, but last week it was a shot of the Macy's or whatever store it was they robbed, and it was
Filings.
The audio. It was the audio. Yes, it was the audio. G Fox. It was the audio of him on the loudspeaker, like doing the run-throughs.
Oh, okay.
So I had no idea what that could be. To me, it's kind of like it could have been a commercial he was shooting, but like when they first showed it. And I even remember what it was for this one. And this week they didn't show previously on. They just went right into it.
It makes sense because they were jumping timeline. Yeah. So, all right, a little shout out to Walter there when they were preparing. 50-year-old chemistry teacher. That was cool.
Yep.
Talked about the Nebraska football stuff. Jeff.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was one of those like Leonardo DiCaprio and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood moments, like the pointing at the screen when he said the Walter.
Yeah.
The Walter thing.
Yep. Yeah, man, I think that's it. We just got to see where they go from here.
That's it. Well, we have no other choice but to wait and see.
Yep.
All right. I watched 12 Angry Men last week.
The original?
Did you hear that one? The original? Yep.
Yep.
Takes place,
seen it.
Not courtroom. It's all, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
George C. Scott, right? Or is he in the remake?
I have no idea.
George C. Scott is actually in the remake. The original is... Who is in the original?
Henry Fonda.
He's the main guy?
He's the main guy. And J. Lee Cobb.
Oh, from Waterfront. Yep.
Yep. Ed Begley, Sr.
Is that true? Ed Begley Sr.'s in it?
Well, it's Ed Begley. I assume it was Sr.
That's Cliff Main, right? Isn't that Ed Begley?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's connection. Yeah, perfect. So George C. Scott was in a remake of it? Oh, yeah, Jack Lemmon. Oh, that's just like much later.
It was a TV one. I think it was like an NBC.
Tony Danza's in it?
Oh yeah, he has Yankee tickets and he's trying to like just get out and make the game.
He's the Yankee guy? Okay.
Yeah. Jack Lemmon. Yeah. Oh no, is this a new one or Jack Lemmon's in the old one. Jack Warden.
No, Jack Lemmon's not. Jack Lemmon's not in the old one.
I'm getting conflicting fucking reports.
But yeah, there's a guy that has Yankee tickets for that night, and one of the guys is a Baltimore fan. The guy's making fun of him for being a Baltimore fan the whole time.
Jack Klugman. Okay, that's what's his face? Oscar.
Jack Klugman.
It's Oscar.
Wait, look at which one from
the old one.
Looking at the original. Okay, there it is. Oh, I almost got him.
Oscar Madison. Yeah.
Yeah, good cast. It all takes place in the room. The Liberation Room. Yeah. But
well, it was originally a play, right?
It felt like a play, yeah.
Now when you go and see the play, it's not one continuous shot, right? Because usually in a play, like you have a scene, curtain, and then you got to change the set. In this case, it's all happening in one room, so there's no reason really to hit the curtain. But you got to have an intermission, right? You got to have, give the audience a breather at some point.
In the movie, there's a couple parts where they kind of go to the bathroom and like it's hot in there, so they got to wash up. So it might be a chance for them to take a break.
No air conditioning. I would have given a guilty verdict. Right on. Let's go get lunch.
But we talked before. The guy had the Yankee tickets, and they definitely use fake names for the players.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
1957, man. You had all kinds of names. You had Phil Rizzuto and Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle. I mean, come on. It's not like it was 1970.
Yeah.
Plenty of awesome names to use. It's a bad job.
Yeah. I don't know why they do that though. Maybe it's they want to make it timeless. Maybe they want to give it a time. They want to make it one of those things. That could be a creative decision. It could be that you don't want to. I mean, maybe you couldn't say maybe it's out of respect for the players. Like maybe they knew like it was just, you don't do that if they're not getting paid to be mentioned. Like I don't know if you can.
Because yeah.
Now it's probably even harder to use players' names because naming rights and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. But they definitely use fake names. But yeah, it's the first time I saw that one. But so you didn't see the original. You saw the George C. Scott one.
No, I saw both.
Oh wow!
I just
assumed, first time I
remember George C. Scott, and he's so old. I just assumed he was in the original. But now that you say it, I remember he's the old guy. And I think I saw the remake first, and then I saw the original. Maybe during COVID times. I think I saw it just on a random day. I had off or something. I remember more guys from the remake just because it's more like current guys.
Sure. Yeah, Gandolfini. Yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that coming. I vaguely remember that coming out.
Yeah, it was an NBC like Sunday night movie of the week. I think I want to say. Definitely, it wasn't in theaters or anything. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was straight to TV.
That sounds right for some reason. Yeah, because it's like a one act. It's like a 2-act thing. It's in one room. It's not like a major blockbuster thing.
Yeah.
Trying to think like what other movies have that kind of feel to it. Like Glengarry Glen Ross kind of has because Glengarry Glen Ross I think was a play that kind of has that feel to it. Anything with David Mamet feels like that.
Oh, so you're saying a movie that kind of has saying like limited scenery or limited scene changes, I guess.
Yeah.
Setting.
Yep. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of those old movies are like that. I can't think off the top of my head, but I mean, Glengarry is the one that comes to mind recent.
You think it's problematic that it's all men? Like that's like the opposite. Isn't a jury supposed to be kind of diverse?
Well, they were very different men. One guy had an accent. No, not in the 50s because I don't. It seems fitting for the 50s.
So it's problematic in the 90s. The remake is problematic. The 50s is fine.
Well, I mean, it's called 12 Angry Men. I got nothing to do with that. Blame the defense lawyer. He's the one who picked them.
Yeah, I mean they should be held accountable for not. You need a little more range. You need a little more range.
Yeah. Actually, I looked that up. These plays that are movies.
Plays that became movies.
Besides, like Cats.
Oh, that did become a movie.
Oh, you know what? A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men was a play.
Uh, yeah, I guess so. Uh, yeah, first produced on Broadway in 1989.
Wow, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
courtroom drama type thing. Makes sense.
What about Streetcar Named Desire? That was a play.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. All those old ones. Yep.
What else we got for 12 Angry Men? Sound of Music. How popular of a movie was that? It's pretty popular, right?
I think it was pretty popular at the time. Yeah. Well, it's like, that's what they had to adapt back then. Now we adapt books and we adapt comic books, become movies, and back then they had plays.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Trying to think how. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yep. Uh, all right. So what your weekend is finishing up or trying to get to the Jeter doc?
I'm probably gonna at least bang an episode out right now.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
It's such an easy watch that.
Yeah. You could probably narrate it.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, there's some stuff that is stuff I didn't realize, some new stuff. They are going to get in these other episodes are going to get into a little bit of the A-Rod stuff. They teased it in episode 2. They did a little tease for the A-Rod Jeter thing. They may have caught A-Rod, and he denies it, what they accuse him of in episode 2, but not fooling me.
Wait. What they catch? What they accuse him
of? So they used to do interviews together, like when they first, like 96, 97, around there.
Yeah.
And there was a
Sports Illustrated cover.
Bingo. That's what this stems from. There's a Sports Illustrated cover where A-Rod is sitting down and Jeter's kind of like standing over him, like with his arm around him. And according to this guy that would interview A-Rod and interview the both of them, but I think he may have been closer with A-Rod. I don't know exactly who this guy is. Right before they did an interview together, A-Rod talked to the guy. He's like, I don't think I'm going to be doing any more interviews with Jeter. And he was like, why is that? And he was like, you know that Sports Illustrated article where Jeter is standing over me. He goes, I'm the better player. I knocked in more runs, more home runs or whatnot. It gives people the perception that, when Jeter's standing over me, that he's the better player when it's me. And A-Rod denied it. He said it's not true. He didn't say that.
They get into steroids at all?
No, it's too. Well, let's see. Episode 2 left off. They went through 98. That's what's great about this. It's like it's about Jeter, but it's basically a running timeline of the Yankees.
Yeah.
I don't think they really touched
tell one without the other.
Right, you can't. It'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, it has to come up though, right?
You're talking about A-Rod specific or just?
No, not specifically. I would think they would have to talk about that a little bit.
Because they already went through 98, and I don't think they really mentioned. You would think it has to come because he played with Giambi, he played with A-Rod, who got pinched when he was their teammate.
Yeah.
So you would, you would think it has to come up at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Who was his best friend, known roid user?
Giambi. I think I don't know about now, but like when they were teammates, he loved Giambi. He always went to bat for Giambi, like in the media. Who else got pinched? There's so many guys, but Pettit, I guess. Pettit was HGH.
Knobloch.
I don't think he went Knobloch or very close. Knobloch's a little bit of an outcast. Some good Steinbrenner stuff in there. They really take you like through the 80s. And they show you like what Jeter was getting into by the time he took over, like the 80s and the early 90s. A lot of good Mattingly stuff in there.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'm down for that. Anything, Donnie?
Yeah, you had to tell the story of the 80s and early 90s in order to.
Yeah, that's kind of I think that's where I saw in the first episode was kind of they showed like the Winfield stuff because Winfield was Jeter's favorite player. They showed the.
Did you realize what Steinbrenner got suspended for? Like, I knew he got suspended because he was friends with some, undesirables like gamblers or whatever.
Yeah,
but he got
I knew
caught
he was
he got caught trying to get dirt on Dave Winfield. That's fucking psychotic.
I know. No, I knew that. Yeah. Yep.
I did not realize. I didn't realize. I knew he wasn't a fan of Winfield, Mr. May, and all that. And obviously they didn't win with Winfield. I did not know it was that sick of an obsession.
Well, he was a lunatic.
Then you saw the part. So you saw the Winfield part. You saw the part where Sterling is doing the game in 1990, and the fans are applauding Steinbrenner getting suspended.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in like the minority, man. I'm like one of the people who does not worship Steinbrenner. People love that guy for whatever reason, but I don't see it.
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle with George. It's like. You just take the good with the bad. It's just, there's a lot of bad. There's a lot of good.
Well, if he doesn't get suspended, then Stick doesn't get in there, get to do his thing. And then he also wanted to trade Jeter and Mo. He wanted to get rid of Bernie. And like these are guys who are legends now. Yeah. That team doesn't happen if George has his way. But so not only that, and they weren't really successful until he was gone, until he was suspended. But then we're stuck with this fucking stadium because he didn't want to do the right thing and improve on the old one.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forgive him for the stadium thing, man.
Yeah, stadium.
That's awful.
Stadium's a tough one to come back from.
Well, you gotta go there. The rest of your life, you want to see a game, you're gonna be at that stadium.
No, it's once a year. I'm a once a year guy now. I'm to the point now where I'm pissed at
81 games on TV.
Yeah, well, I love a good game on TV. I'm at the point now where I actually got tickets the past 2 years that have access to that lounge in center field because they don't have vendors anymore. They don't. They didn't have vendors last year, and the lines were absolute madness.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna. Sometimes you gotta sell your soul. I got tickets that have access to that. The center field, like the batter's eye.
Yeah. Oh, really? Like in that glassed off thing or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's got shorter lines for beer, shorter lines for food. And if it's like, a million degrees and it's humid, I can go in there and cool off, have a beer, eat in there.
Good seating in there?
Yeah, there's it's not like assigned seating, but there's seats where you could sit right up against the glass.
Is it pretty packed or what's the
not too bad. I mean, I went in there last year once when we got there and it was before the game started. We got drinks, and then I didn't go back. But I think this year I would take advantage of going back in there because it'll be shorter lines for everything.
Is this Mohegan Suns owns this? Or sponsors
it? It might be. There's two separate bars in there. It's Full Bar. I think it's canned beer. The only bad thing was they didn't have Bud, so I had to drink Bud Light, which is fine.
We'll survive. Yeah,
I'll survive. We'll see what the lines look like. But I had to sell out and just get tickets with the access to. I think it's called the Pepsi Lounge.
Oh, it's Pepsi sponsors. Okay.
Pepsi Lounge, yeah.
Yeah, I got a picture here of the view. It's pretty good. I mean, it's just like you're standing up top there, just not. You're lower.
Yeah,
Obviously.
exactly. Exactly. Hey, I mean, if you like avoiding people, it's not a bad perk to have.
How bad is it? Is it like actually I'm gonna look it up right now. So let's see. I'm gonna go on StubHub.
Well, it's weird. Only certain tickets have access to it. And it's not, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Like, I'm sitting second deck. Second row, second deck.
So you pay you pay the extra and you get that tacked on.
I guess. Yeah, I ended up paying like $100 total for the tickets.
It's not bad.
100 a piece.
That's bad.
I mean, you're not. There's no cheap seat. And bleachers you can get reasonable, but it's just like, oh, George Springer left the game with a right elbow injury. That fucking guy can't stay healthy.
Okay, so let's see. Pepsi Lounge. You can't. Wow. So how do you even find out on StubHub if it's the Pepsi Lounge access? You have to find.
I think it'll say under the tickets. It's not many tickets have it. I just happened to find some, and I remember how big of a pain in the ass lines were because they didn't have vendors last year. And I don't know what the COVID protocols are, if they got vendors back or not. Like, I could see them just using it as an excuse to hire less people. Like, we don't have vendors.
Oh, look, okay.
I can't get
peanuts.
You
have access to VIP. Ugh, that's brutal.
Got to get up and get my own peanuts? Come on. Those got to be fired across the aisle, man. Old school.
Yeah, that's how you handle it. So yeah, access to VIP Lounge. You could click that, and then you look over here, and it says Pepsi Lounge access. So I could get into the bleachers in 203, $35 tickets for Saturday against the Royals.
And you get Pepsi Lounge access.
Pepsi Lounge.
That's the day to have it because it's Old Timers Day. So you go, you watch the announcements, and then you go hang out in the lounge and just fucking crush beers.
That's the stuff, yeah.
Avoid
Audi
people.
2, where's the Audi one?
I think the Audi one might be in left field, maybe.
Okay.
The only club I've ever been in there is the Pepsi one. I don't think I've ever been in another one.
I was in the Jim Beam one years ago. I don't know if it's still Jim Beam. Or maybe it was Johnny Walker.
I think it's Jim Beam. So Jim Beam
behind home plate. And
you still got to pay for drinks. You don't get any free shit.
Yeah. Oh no, the tickets were free though.
Yeah, the only club I've ever been in that had free shit was in Barclays.
Really?
Yeah, we went to Heat Nets a few years ago. This is pre-pandemic, I guess, 2019 probably, right before everything hit. And somebody came up to us, and they gave us 2 tickets, like behind the hoop.
Okay.
Maybe like 4 rows back. They gave us it had a Starbucks gift card. It was like a swag bag with all this shit. And part of the access we had was during halftime, I guess. I think it's only during halftime. Or it starts at halftime. I don't know. But everybody goes in like the back room, and it's like a free buffet, all kinds of food. And I'm trying to think if there was booze. I definitely would have took advantage if there was. I think there was free booze there too. I think it was like for like, I don't know who I heard talking about this, but people who sit on the wood at NBA games, like during halftime, they get taken back to a room. I don't think I was in this room because there was way too many people for it to be that exclusive. But they get taken back to like a private room with like food and booze and shit during halftime. It's ridiculous. Why? I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know. It is crazy.
Top dollar.
But yeah, I don't know. We got free food out of it. I think they said that the only thing was that they had to during the third quarter we had to like be in our seats, so they would show us on the big screen, and we didn't even stay for the third quarter. I think we may have still been in the back, probably taking advantage of all the perks.
Yeah, absolutely. You only get those opportunities every so often in your life. You got to make the most of it.
Yeah, and also two things. One, seats behind the hoop aren't even really that great because you have the hoop in your way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And two, like we were behind some awful like Long Island, Staten Island, like trash people.
Yeah.
Let's call them that, men and women. Not like 12 Angry Men. We'll keep it diverse. It was like the worst people ever. We were sitting around us. And I'll put a cherry on top. Third thing that pissed me off was there was people in front of us who were like watching the entire games on their phones, like they were just videotaping everything, which I can't fucking stand.
Oh man. Yeah, you're right. He's the best seat in the house.
We ended up back in our original seats. I was like, shit, I'm not cut out for that fucking life. Those people stink.
Oh, that's brutal. Yeah. It's all gonna get lost too. We're never gonna see that video again. You're gonna watch that video again. You're gonna go back and watch the game on your phone.
It's just a post online, I would assume. Like, look where I am.
Yeah,
Look what I'm doing.
Yeah, you're gonna go up to a friend and you're like, oh look what I got. It's just all to show off what you got.
That is one of the things, and I've said this multiple times. If you go back, like I'll use the Jeter doc as an example, but if you go back and watch those old games, part of the charm of those crowds, man, is like no one's on their phone. It's great. No one's on their phone, man. It's the 90s.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Really is. I mean,
you'll never see that again. You'll never see it again.
$100 to get into a game. Why would you do that? Why would you take away from that? Why would you do the same thing that you'd be doing in the parking lot like 10 minutes before? I don't understand.
Right. I mean, I've taken out my phone once. It was Mo's last entrance. I got on tape, and I don't even know where that video is. So it's a great job by me. It's the one and only time I've ever taken out my phone and videotaped anything. And even it's like, I don't know why that's enjoyable, man. You gotta live in the moment, man. When you're,
I was at the clincher in 2000 against the Braves. I'm sorry, 99 against the Braves.
Yeah.
And so well before cell phones were a thing, like you had a cell phone, you're paying like $8 a minute or something.
Yeah, of course.
And I was with a friend of the family who, for the last out of the game, called his girlfriend, fiance, whoever at the time, and he was waiting for the phone to go through, waiting for it to go through, and then like I just remember him being like, "Hello, hello," and then he hits the pop up, and he's like, "There it is," and like holding the phone up, and that was it. And and like that was all the phone was used for. He wasn't there to capture. He just wanted her to hear the crowd go bananas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of, I don't know if that's the best use of it. They're divorced now. I don't know if it's the best use of it, but I don't know if she appreciated it. It's not, you're not distracted by the phone. You're not looking at it through your phone.
Yeah.
You're actually, he's using it and probably paid like $7 just to get her to hear, a bunch of noise.
Probably.
So, and yeah, now it's a disaster. Now it's everything. Everything has to be on tape, documented.
Yeah.
You saw the guy that I forget, it was that Tiger was playing, and everybody behind him was like this. Everybody behind Tiger was like this, except one guy who had, I think it was a Miller Lite in his hand, and he was just watching. He got an endorsement deal for Miller Lite. You see that?
Oh no, that's awesome though.
Yeah, it's a good move. I know it wasn't like life-changing money, but still, he got paid.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, you'll be able, the way I look at it, right? Like I saw Jeter's 3,000th hit in the bleachers. Now, I did not videotape it, but I could go on YouTube and I could watch like 10 different cell phone videos from the right field bleachers right where I was sitting. What's the difference if I have that video or if it's on YouTube?
but I was there with you. I remember that like it was yesterday, and I think that's a palpable moment in my life where I was like, so glad I'm here right now. Like, it was the best place to be in the universe that night.
Yeah.
It was the only place to be in the universe that night, and I couldn't imagine like being behind my phone for that moment. It was incredible.
No, it would have been ruined. I feel like I would have felt like a
Yeah,
schmuck.
yeah, you would
And
have been.
imagine if what's even worse. Imagine there was a video on you videotaping it. What a loser you would have looked like. How embarrassed would
Yep.
you be of that video?
Yeah, it would have been terrible. You'd be, yeah. What do you say, schmuck? Yeah, schmuck.
Yeah. It's just not the way to do it, but to each his own.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fun nostalgia for when I watch it. I'll keep an eye out for that. I'll keep an eye out for the one time traveler in there with the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
All right, man. Well, I think
All
that's
right.
it for the show. We somehow went long with nothing to talk about. Pretty impressive. We were $140 with nothing to talk about. When at about the 30-minute mark, we are like, wow, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? What do we have going on here? It's pretty good.
Found a way.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Well, we'll be back here next Thursday on Sunday Port. Thanks as always for spending time with us. And
Yeah, we'll check in on you next week. Till then, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your week. August coming up, training camps.
football season in the air.
See you next week.